Cord.
Oh. I wasn't ready. I'm sorry.
I'm a trim it. All righty.
I didn't know we was going right in.
Showtime. All right. I was gonna say, y'all playing a trick on me?
Stand by. I still didn't get my Just Cause t-shirt though. I just want to put that out on record. She over here got her black and white t-shirt on.
I'm working on it. You're gonna get it before you roll out. Yes. Give me a minute.
Wintertime by the time I get my t-shirt, you know what I'm saying? I can't even wear it. It's too cold outside.
I was gonna say, I made you some. It's somewhere in here already made. Yes. But I just gotta give it to you. I'm sorry. I'm gonna make it happen. Yes. So we are here back again.
Once again.
Yes. We are here in the same place and it feels great.
You know, we kick in the door, waving the 4-4.
Yeah.
All you heard was no.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So we are here with our latest episode. I don't know why that thing just makes me just feel uncomfortable with that light glaring in my frames. Yeah. But we need it. We need it.
We do?
Yeah.
Do you need as much?
That's good. Yeah, that's good. So we are back in full effect. And our latest episode today is going to be Unsolicited Opinions.
Unsolicited opinions. Man.
Because, yes, we have stories.
Opinions and unsolicited criticism.
Yes.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It is interesting. And, we are here because, with life, you will experience foolishness. And you need to know how to deal with it before it goes wrong.
You know, that reminds me, because I text you and I was saying, like, have you ever talked to someone and their response makes you think about how you respond to other people? You know what I mean? Because it's funny. All right, let's kick it off. So, I was talking to an acquaintance of mine, and I was just there was something I had to do at work, and it's just kind of like, I'm at the end of my career. I'm ready to retire from the military.
Yeah.
And it's just like, stuff that like kind of bothered me, but stuff that didn't really bother me as much. It's kind of like now, kind of like I really don't care anymore.
Yeah.
Like I don't feel like
you just over the phase of
like I'm ready to move on.
Yeah.
Ready to do the next thing. So like, but I still have stuff I had to do because I'm still active, right? But it's like but I'm like, I don't care. Like I'm gonna do it because it's my responsibility, but
yeah,
I still don't care. Like I don't like I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm gonna get it done.
Yeah.
But I'm not going like
over and beyond.
Above and beyond for certain things.
Yeah.
But anyway, but I was a friend of mine, acquaintance of mine, had called me, and I was just like, "Yo, I'm over it. I'm done." And it was just kind of like a vent, right?
Yeah.
And it was like, and they just gave me that like, because they're still in, and they still got
years.
They just got years they're gonna do.
Okay.
But they gave me that like manager 101, like, well, you got to do it, and I was like, well, you should have had it done, like. I don't care, like.
Yeah.
I know what I gotta do. Like I've been doing it for 20-something years. Like I know what I gotta do, but I'm venting. Like I wasn't looking for you to
guide me
to tell me what I need to do, or what I should. Or tell me that you should have been doing it right. Like
yeah.
No, that's not what I told you. That's not where I was going. I was just venting about it.
Yeah.
Like I know I'm gonna go do it tomorrow, and I might knock it out, or I'm gonna do what I need to do. But then it made me think about, like, if somebody was to come to me and like needed to vent or talk about something, like, do I respond that way, or do I like, or do I have the emotional intelligence to recognize
yes,
that they're venting, or they just, or they just need to get something off their chest, and they're just looking for someone to just be like, yeah, you're right. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
like
It could be basic as that.
you know what I mean? 'Cause-
Just simple conversation could eliminate a lot of what should I say, anxiety.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And then so like, and then it reminds me of like when I see like I've seen like videos where like these couples like I matter like I know Kevin Hart did a joke about it where he talks about like women they're horrible storytellers, and like he was talking about how his significant other came home and like was like told this like long story about what happened at work, but he was just like, yeah, what? She said, what? No, she didn't. And it was like, but I've heard like, like women be like, sometimes it's when y'all talk about someone or they come home from work or whatever, and they vent, like sometimes they don't look for like for the man to like solve the problem.
Yeah.
Like they just want you to like
listen,
be in a moment, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's what made me think about it. Like, like unsolicited kind of like
opinions,
right?
Criticism that comes out of nowhere. It's just like, what in the world? I mean, I think I've experienced it a lot. I was just thinking about, in the last week of, when I started going to school again years ago and going to college anyway, and people were saying, how are you going to do that? How are you going to graduate? How are you even going to attend class? And it was like, no, I'll get it done some way.
Yeah.
Don't you worry yourself. Like I'm gonna get it done. But it kind of gives off the energy of don't do it. Yeah. And then it gets in your mind of like, okay, am I not supposed to be doing this? I think that we deal with a lot of that where we listen to other people and it's just like, hold on, wait a minute. We start second guessing ourselves, what we're doing, why we're doing it. And, a lot of content creators that we follow are just like, no, just stick with what you know, why you wanted to do it, and do whatever it is that you want to do it for. So,
Yeah, that was like that video like Kim on Stage posted a while ago. I think I sent it to you, where like he did like he was on YouTube, like he was doing YouTube videos. He did YouTube videos for like 2 years before he finally got a video that actually like went viral.
Yes.
And it was like he did 2 years worth of content before he got any type of movement going. And it's like Earn Your Leisure.
Yeah.
They was talking like when they started the podcast, it only took like a year for the podcast to take off, but like Rashad from the podcast, he was saying like he was on Instagram doing stuff for like 2 years before they even started doing the podcast. So like they had already built a following through like Facebook and Instagram for like 2 years, and then they started doing the podcast, and then a year going into the podcast, and then the pandemic hit. Then everybody started, that's when everybody started really diving into like podcasts and what was going on. And that's when, Earn Your Leisure really took off. Yeah. So it was like, it wasn't no overnight success like you would think they are. Like, they really put in that time, like 2-3 years, before, like almost 4 years before they really got to where they are now. But once they took off, it shot up. But yeah,
it takes time. I think entrepreneurship, anything takes time, and you have to be, as everyone else says, you have to be consistent on what you're doing. Like I'm committed to doing something every Saturday now with crafting, pushing out a new product every single Saturday. Yes, I can do t-shirts all day, but I want to learn something each week and stay on top of it. That way that I can continue to grow, educate myself, because it's a lot to create in that, a lot of us just stick with one thing, but I don't want to be a one
trick pony.
I definitely don't want to do that. So that's my main goal at this point, is to continue to grow, educate myself, and educate others if I can. That's a part of content creation, is putting out material where you can teach someone else. So I think that's good, but don't allow anyone to sway you on what you should not be doing for whatever reason. So yeah.
Yeah, I think we talked about that before in a previous episode. We was talking about outside it was like outside opinions or something like that. Just people giving their input or allowing their fears.
Yes.
Putting their fears on you, and then you kind of adopting that, or adopting that fear, like, well, maybe I shouldn't do that. Like, nah. Just it may be something that you don't want to do, or you don't have the knowledge in, because you don't want to research it, you don't want to find out. But if you're content with what you're doing, then keep on doing what you're doing. That's why I really think about, like, my response, or how I give my opinion or my thoughts to someone else. You know what I mean? Like, if somebody comes to me and was like, oh, I'm thinking about doing this, all right, well, why don't you do it?
We just had a phone call last night like that. Right?
We did?
Yeah. What's this?
Oh, yeah.
Talking about business ventures, and you get someone else on the phone, they're like, hold on, wait a minute, don't do it. And it can, basically, if you're not ready for a business to not grow initially, meaning that it takes a couple of years for it to grow, then it will basically deter you from making a solid decision on, okay, I'm going with this business venture. If you listen to other people. Now, some people can be solid with, their opinion or their advice. And then some people are just like, no, I don't want you to do it because you're going to get ahead faster than I am. So it's some of that too that goes on. So especially with family. So we're going to get to that. Definitely going to get to that.
Yeah, I was just because I'm reading that book, Post-Traumatic Slave Syndrome by Dr. Judy DeGruy. Really good book.
Really?
Really good book. Yeah. She dives into, like, the African American psyche, and, like, the behaviors, and why we're angry, or why do we act towards each other the way we do, and stuff like that. But, like, that was one of the, like, I was just reading that just the other day, how she was saying, like, when you work at an organization, say like your company, right, and there's only like a small number of African Americans that work in the company, but there's one that's in a managerial position, but because of trauma, and because of stigmatism, like, they be the ones that hold, because they don't want other minorities that look like them to advance or pass them, because now you was at the bottom, now you're equal to me, and now it's harder for me, because now I have competition, because I was the only Black person, or I was the only female at this level. Now there's another one. So, like, instead of
helping each other,
helping it or applauding that person, they kind of be gatekeepers.
Yeah. And it's sort of like I wouldn't even say jealous to a certain point, but it's a little jealousy in that if you prevent people from growing or progressing faster than what you have. So I think sometimes we deal with that in corporate America. I know I have it is what it is. I always said I'm the only woman or African American woman sometimes on phone calls. So, it kind of feels different, and college doesn't teach you how to deal with that. It teaches you all the different things that, a common person can experience. But for us, no one has really taught us, I know for me anyway, that, hey, when you go into this boardroom and you're the only woman or Black in the boardroom, how can you be accepted or feel accepted enough to sit at the table versus sitting in back of the table.
Mhm.
And or how can you feel comfortable if someone does not allow you to sit at the table? Because we have dealt with that too. So like you said, the book, I need to get that too, because it sounds like it's good. But good information that we definitely need to educate ourselves on. But yeah, it's a lot that goes with what we experience on a normal basis. So, we gotta be cautious of how we respond to people. And I'm really big on that right now. Like my son told me last week, I was on a Zoom and somebody was like really getting smart with me. And my son was like, listen, I don't like the way she's talking to you.
Mm.
And I didn't either, but I wasn't gonna just fly off the handle and just start cussing her out or whatever. Because some people, they feed off of that. So I'm just like, let me chill for a minute. Now it can go the opposite direction, but do we want it to? Because some people, like I said, they label certain people with having that energy or aggressiveness. Like we are known to be labeled as Black women as aggressive.
Stereotype.
Yes.
Yeah.
Straight stereotyping us. And it's just like, hold on, wait a minute. Just because I speak up for myself does not mean that I am aggressive. Like it just means that and speaking with good intent and very clear on what I'm saying to you does not mean that you should feel offended. Like and that's what I'm experiencing right now. I feel like that, okay, when she talks, oh my gosh, she's snapping. No, I really didn't snap. That's just what I'm saying clear to you, everyone else, that, hey, this is my point that I'm trying to make. And you shouldn't feel offended or scared because I'm speaking up. I'm just telling you how I feel. So
yeah, because if it was someone that looked like her, would she receive it the same way?
No,
You know
not at all.
So because when I went to school for equal opportunity, we would have these small group discussions, and it was a Black female Navy, and then there was a Black male major in the Army, and we got on the topic talking about like that same thing, like they were explaining like how they kind of govern themselves when they're in certain situations because they don't want to be labeled as the angry Black man or angry Black woman. So like they were like, I can't express myself in a certain way because I'm gonna be labeled like that. And I was like, I don't do that.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't think like that. And it was funny, and like we're cool. She was like, nah, I don't think you understand what I'm saying. I was like, no, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
It was like, I totally understand. What I'm telling you is that I don't think like that. Like I don't
Yeah.
care
how you receive
when
it.
when I express myself. I don't care if you think I'm an angry Black man.
Yeah.
Or oh he dang, like no, like I'm going to express myself how I express myself. So
it is what it is.
You know what I mean? And it was funny. It's like sometimes like I'll have like I guess I go off, but like people were like, man, you went off. And I was like, I did? I was like, I was just expressing myself, like, cause like I know like I can fly off the handle, because like my friend Jay, like she'll tell you the story and she'll remember it like it's yesterday. Like this was like years ago. Like I think this was probably like 2004. Like I had an incident where I had I had just bought these rims on my car, and I went to the car wash, and like when they took it to the car wash, it broke a piece off.
What?
And like I was talking to the manager of the car wash, and I was like, yeah, and she was like, but to me, like I was just having a conversation, but she was like, yo, she was like quiet, like, and she was like, yeah, I remember that day, like, I was like, really? I didn't really go off, like,
yeah. But is it a way that we grow up as well, meaning that our way that we are taught? I know our family can be a little iffy with communication and directiveness, and it may, and the only reason why I'm saying it is because I studied it at the last event that we had, and it's just like, okay, anybody else would not be able to handle what we experience in our family, meaning when comments are made and some people will laugh. And I was even talking to my mom about it. I was just like, some people may laugh, some people may cry when they get home or cry when they get in their car if we're not cautious of what we say to each other. So I was just like, I'm, like I said, I'm heavy on it right now. I don't want to ever offend anyone. And if I do, I will go back to them and say, like right away, if someone says, hey, they were offended by what you said, that's not where I come from, not my intent. So some people, yeah, my intent is to break you down and make you cry. Yes. and when the motive is there, then I will do everything to break it down. But I'm big on love and knowing that judgment is for everyone, meaning that I don't want to be judged and I don't want people to judge me either with unsolicited opinions. But if you do, then that's your business. Everybody has a right to their opinion.
Yeah.
But it is what it is with you bringing your heat to tell me about myself, and I'm just looking at you like, well, where did that energy come from? And I had to go back and ask people, when I see them again, hey, what was wrong with you that day? I think you have to do that too. So
yeah, I think sometimes you gotta get that same energy back at that moment too. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, because really what you're doing is you're setting boundaries, right? So like if you don't set those boundaries, then they're going to continue to violate those boundaries because they don't know that it's a boundary. So like, if you're getting
attacked,
you're getting a little ahead of yourself in a meeting because you're used to getting ahead of yourself and you're not feeling no repercussions of it. And then when I give you these repercussions, don't come with the no. You came with that energy. I matched your energy.
Yes.
So hold yourself accordingly, and I'll do the same. Like,
I think it's important now when you're in those meetings to speak up for yourself, because not only does that sway the one person that's talking to you crazy, but it sways other people to think they can talk to you crazy too. And I have experienced that at work, meaning that, some managers will cuss people out, like tear you up one side and down the other. And, some people will sit there and take it. And I'm just like, absolutely not. No. Now, you may say whatever that you want to say right now, but we're going to bring this thing back around again, like at some point in this meeting, because I'm letting you know that, no, I'm not tolerating that. Like, and as long as people allow others to get away with that type of mentality, meaning to me, if people are bringing in money, then they think they can throw their weight around. Meaning, if you're bringing in projects, I made this money for this company, I get to do what I want. And it doesn't mean that you get to treat people any kind of way.
Not at all.
So, no. That was a huge lesson for me in the last, 10 years? Yeah.
Because just because you bring the project in, the project has to be worked. So if it's not getting worked, then they decide not to continue with that contract or that project anyway.
But for us, your communication skills are so horrible, sometimes that jeopardizes future projects. And people don't want to work with you anymore based on what previously happened. And I have to make it my personal mission to do whatever it is to make the client happy at the end of the day. That's my main goal from my point of view. Everybody else, y'all do what y'all want. As long as I do my part, I don't want my name in the mud or my department in the mud saying they didn't do this, they didn't do that, because we all need to hold each other accountable. But if I'm telling you that your communication is bad, it does not mean that you take offense to it. It just means you need to enhance your skills a little bit and do what you need to do. But if you don't want to do it, if you're unwilling to listen to what we're telling you, then that's a personal problem. It's a you problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And emails too.
Emails too. Yes.
Because I forgot, I told you the story where I had this one. It was something that happened, and I forgot, I emailed him first, or no, he emailed me about something, and he decided to include like the commander and like some other folks in the email.
Yeah.
So I replied all.
Yeah.
And I gave my response. You know what I'm saying? Like, you brought this energy, so I'm going to match your energy. And then he replied, and then I replied, and then he replied just to me and was like, hey, you know, you don't have to reply to the commander and everybody.
No.
Just bring it to me. I was like, I didn't after that I didn't respond. Because I was like, no, you brought them in this. So don't bring everybody into this.
Yeah.
To flex your muscle. And then when I come back and I match your energy, and now you feel some type of way.
Yeah.
But you the one who brought this energy, so I'm reciprocating it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like now you want to come back talking about just call me. Like, no. I'm not calling you.
Oh man, how many times have I heard that one? You know, pick up the phone and call me. No, we need this documented.
Right.
Because y'all can't be trusted with this emails and all of that stuff, conversations. You're not gonna flip this whole thing on me to make it seem like that I'm the problem. No, it's you. You're the fire starter, and I'm gonna take this fire out. I'm gonna pour some gasoline on it a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because you want the phone call, you would have called me first.
Absolutely.
Instead of shooting this email.
Yeah. But I think we've gotten used to emails too, meaning that we do everything. And it comes a point in time where you do need to go in person or over the phone and talk to someone. But listen, I hate handling business over IMs. I hate it. Like, don't send me nothing that's supposed to be in the email. Do not do that. I absolutely hate it. Or sending me IMs. Can we talk right now? How you know that I wasn't doing something, that I wasn't working on something? And then people will call you after they send that IM. Hey, can we talk? Did I say we could? What was the point of you asking me?
Just on some personal, I'm introverted, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like when I text somebody and they call me back. Like, I didn't text you for the call me. Like, you know the levels of like when I gotta go through to answer this call because like I text you.
We don't do that to each other, but man, I'll hit the decline in a minute.
You know what I mean? Because like, if I don't answer right away, it's because I'm like, I gotta prepare myself. You know what I mean? Because I'm introverted, and my introvertedness is getting greater and greater as I get older.
Yeah.
Like I'm a deep sigh.
We got to do this.
And it's not like it's like I text you about something serious. I could be like, hey, what you doing?
Yeah.
What? Oh my God.
Some people just like to hear your voice.
I bet they do.
You are a mess.
Like, here we go.
Yeah. I'll hit that decline in a minute, or I'll put my phone on do not disturb, whatever. My phone goes on at 9 o'clock to do not disturb until the next morning. No, 9 p.m.
If your phone be on, I hit you a text and he'd be like, do not disturb.
No, you know what it is? All of us is linked up together. Because the kids told me that, huh?
Nah.
No,
I see what you're saying, but I'm like, nah, I can't do that.
Yeah, no, I believe in that. I don't like, one of my uncles were very heavy when we were kids on do not call my house until 10 a.m. for nothing. He told our dad that, and don't come by, don't do nothing, meaning I don't want to hear from you if it ain't no emergency. And I'm just like, man, it's crazy the things that people teach us, that we take away, the key little things. And that was something that I took away. Family, some people are excluded, but from that 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. But don't hit me up if it's not important. I don't want the phone call.
Yeah, I don't do that because when I think about it, right, I'm like, I don't want nobody calling me. It's not right now.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna call nobody at certain times.
Yeah.
And it's like sometimes I be like, man, I got this on my mind, but it's still a little early. And then I gotta think about it because different time zones. 'Cause
That too.
I'm on Central Time, so like I think about it. Or since I'm on the East Coast right now, and then I gotta think about people that I may be contacting that's on Central Time. I'll be like, well,
yeah, let me wait. Yeah.
Or Central Time because it may be 8 o'clock my time, and then I gotta think about it's 9 o'clock Eastern time. So I was like,
yeah,
I'll wait.
Yeah.
Then I'm forgetting, and I'm like, oh, wow.
Oh well. No, I've actually blocked people on like Facebook because and I just saw the person last week where they were sending me messages like at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. And okay, I'm just like the first time, okay, this is a little weird. I don't talk to you like that. But this is a little weird. And sending stupid messages like videos and stuff like that. And I'm just like, okay, that's one morning. The second time rolls around, now you interrupting my sleep because this thing is dinging. Third time, we're not friends anymore. I'm gonna block you. That's that. But that is a quick way to be blocked on my friends list is to send messages after 9 o'clock. If you're not in my inner circle, that is a fast way to do it. Yeah. So you gotta set those boundaries.
I can dig it.
Yeah.
I can dig it. Boundaries are good.
Yeah. But I was telling Cuz a couple weeks ago, I was at our cousin's funeral and I hadn't seen this person in a good amount of years. And the person had came up to me and they said, your mom is doing so well and I love her. And he said, but you on the other hand, you're not doing that great. And I was just like, okay. And I said, why do you think that I'm not, what would make you say that? Why do you think that I'm not doing that great? And he said, I'm just saying, because the people that you used to hang around with. And I'm just like, okay, well, I had the two best friends I'm thinking in my mind, I've had the two same best friends for 20 plus years. So, I mean, we're all still living, still breathing. So that's a plus. Just start there. But I said, why do you think that? And he said, well, you used to hang around with this person and she's not doing well at all either. I'm like, I hung around with her when I was 8. What are you talking about? Like 8 years old versus 38? That was almost 30 years ago. Like, what are we talking about? And he was like, I'm just saying. I'm just like, but nobody asked you. Nobody. Like, so where did that energy come from? I still don't know. But if I see him again, I'm gonna ask him, like, what would make you say that? Because if I was in a bad place, you can make it worse. If I was in a depressive state, you could make it worse. Sometimes people's statements may make people commit suicide. Like we gotta be very cautious, and it doesn't matter what your position is in life. Meaning, if you are a content creator, if you're a pastor, if you're a regular person, whatever, no one is above any other person at the end of the day, in my opinion. So, it threw me off to the point where I had to text you like, yo, this is what happened. Like, he was bugging, bugging at wrong place, wrong time.
What's up there? Conversation would have went way different.
I'm just like, how does this come in people's mind? But it makes me think about how, like you said, you respond to people. Like, and again, had I responded in a negative manner, if I would have cussed them out, if I would have, just went off the deep end, it would have been bad, in a already bad situation. We're at a funeral. So, like I said, I just feel like people just need to be cautious. And if nobody asks you for your opinion, keep it to yourself, because we all going through something at the end of the day. I just posted that the other day, like, keep your judgment to yourself, because I think some people hide their foolishness that they're experiencing better than the other. And they feel like, okay, I'm doing way better than them. So, you just need to chill, be humble.
It sounds like you have issues with yourself. That's like subconscious.
Yes.
Subconsciously, you have a problem with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But if you identify somebody that you think that you're doing better than, then it kind of boosts your ego, your esteem by flaunting that, or making them see or making them feel less because you feel like you're doing better.
Mm-hmm.
That's really about yourself. That's not. It's not about them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But yeah, it's interesting.
It is interesting when we have these experiences.
Yeah, for that individual to feel like, because of their position that they're in, that they have some type of authority. Yeah. Or they feel like they have the ability to voice their opinion like that, because they feel like it holds some type of weight. Yeah. I'm like, I don't care what you think. Like, I don't know you. Like, who are you? And why do you feel like you need to come and tell me? Yeah. You don't think that I'm doing that well. Like, who are you? Who are you?
That I wasn't doing well at 8. That translate into 37. Like, come on now. So, and then it also plays into the part of, just because of who I'm friends with does not speak for me. We all have our own walk at the end of the day. Just because my mom is walking a different walk does not mean that I gotta walk the same walk. It's like putting your placement of expectation on me because of who my mom is or who my dad is. Like, I'm my own person at the end of the day. And it goes back to, us talking about the clip that we were reviewing earlier about, parents, starting us out on this path of them being our first critical person, or a person that criticizes us for our inabilities, meaning, hey, you're not that cute, or your hair is not long, or whatever the case may be. And then it starts going in our minds of, man, maybe I'm not cute enough, or whatever. Maybe I'm not smart enough because I'm not an honor roll student, or whatever the case may be. And, it plays a part for a lifetime of trying to be accepted by people that really don't even matter at the end of the day. That's a different bell. Yeah. Bell or something. Yeah. But yeah, you're right. Like, like that video was like, your parents start you on a path of trauma. Because but for whatever reason, and they could have in their mind, it could be, their best expectations, or they feel like they're doing what's best for you. Yeah. But what I mean, because it's trauma passes on trauma. Like, it does. You may not do the same things that your parents did, but you may be doing it in a different way, or but there's no right or wrong way, or it's really there's no not. Perfect way. There's no there's no book you can read, or because like you can have multiple kids and none of your kids are the same. No. So you the way you talk to one kid, you can't talk to another kid the same way. You know what I mean? That's the same thing with employees. Just because you have a staff, or you have a department and you run that department, like, everyone is not the same. We all may have the same goal, but everyone's not the same. So you can't treat every person the same way. And just like me, like, it being in the Army, if I have a group of soldiers, when I was a drill sergeant, like, I give everyone the same task, you know what I'm saying? But everybody doesn't take the same guidance and direction and leadership the same way, you know what I mean? So, like, when I came up the trail, a number of people were saying there's going to be a drill sergeant. I was like, look, you can't treat them all the same. You can't be like this. Yeah, you're going to have, like, anywhere from 50 soldiers to 200 soldiers, because you got four platoons of people, and they all had their own drill sergeants. But at any time, any of them can come and talk to you. So it's like,
I was that introduction into the army of like what it can be. And if I was just to be uh trying to find a word
What?
it's safe for work, but I
Okay.
can't be hard,
Mm-hmm.
a hard person, you know, the
The-
entire time that you're in basic training.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's like gotta get that
Excuse me.
you know, you really have to think about how you respond to people, what you say. And you're talking
You
about
do.
when you have kids, like you really have to think about what your words are, how do you say it, what it means, how they receive it. You know what I mean? Just because
It can be held in their heart for so long. I was just talking to someone last week and they were telling me the same thing. They said basically, you know, I've been through this my whole life of people attacking me. And I was just like, wow, that's, you know, we're about to be 40 and you're holding on to stuff from when you were 10. You know,
right.
that's a really, really long time. And to carry that with you in your heart, like, you know, it plays a part every day of I just don't know. I can't cannot relate to that of not feeling accepted or not feeling like you don't want to go to the next day because people have not accepted you. Um, but I didn't know what to say, but I told the person, you know, I'm definitely praying for you. As I have said for years, if you need to go and sit on someone's couch, then do that. If you need to talk to the family members that you feel like have not accepted you, then do that. But there has to be some type of conversation that is had with people if you can, especially the people closest to you, where you feel like your parents anyway, where you felt like that you weren't loved the same way that the young lady was talking in the clip. Sometimes we go outside of the people because we feel like those people don't love us. Our mother or father do not love us. And we go to other people and where we feel like they love us by their actions, but they really, really don't. So you know, it's a hard lesson for us young women when we go into adulthood and you know, we're trying to figure life out. It gets real tricky. So, you know, I'm very headstrong about that with my girls because I don't want them to ever look for anyone to validate their worth. It's really, really important. Know who you are. Don't allow anyone to tell you you're not pretty, you're not smart enough. No, you are. And you need to tell yourself that every single day and be okay with that. And you're going to have your days where you know, think twice about it, but keep going. I think that's really important. That's where the motivational speaking comes into play.
Oh.
Yeah, but yeah, it's really important. I mean, once you hit a good amount of years of, you know, just second guessing yourself, you're just like, I know for me anyway, I'm just like, man, F all of that. Like, I got stuff to do. I got money to make. I don't even care at this point.
And you hit a point where like why am I worried about what other people think? And it's like it's you know, your own advice is hard to take sometimes because like, you know, you think about that, but you allow that outside influence to creep back in and you know shut down and like, all right, well, no, I'm not gonna do it. Or you do go look for that, you know, outside opinion and you know, and it just reconfirms the negative or the fear. It just you know, it just reconfirms that fear of like, all right, but then I'm not gonna do it because you know they're scared. But you know, even though their fear may come from a place of like protection, but like that protection is like really a ceiling because you're not allowing me to grow. You know what I mean? And it's like they maybe or you know maybe they want to support but they can't support how and financially. You know what I'm saying? It may not always be what you need. Like
it may just be just a basic yes. I think you can do it.
Absolutely. You know what I mean? I had a conversation with one of my cousins yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, "Yo, what happened to that idea that you had?"
Yeah.
Oh, this and this and that and this and that. I was like, "Well, what about this other idea that you had?
Mm-hmm.
That you know, you don't need a well." I thought about it, but I need to get a loan. I need to get a loan for what?
Mm-hmm.
What you need a loan for?
Yeah.
Well, I gotta get this, buy this, buy this. I was like,
Yeah.
I mean, I was like, what are you planning on buying like a $2,000 like vacuum or something? Like, what do you like? What do you mean?
You just need a basic
right,
startup, when you're starting out, meaning you don't have to get top dollar everything. I
right.
think it's more of confidence. It's more of not thinking so much that you're going to fail in the moment. I've been through this a couple of times. AAU program, India's Creations, other different ventures, and it's just like some things, even writing books. I've been holding on for it for a couple of years now. And the more years that go on, the more chapters that I got to write. And it's just like deep chapters. So, you got to act on it. Just don't have that idea, because God does not give you a vision to sit on. It just shouldn't happen like that. Meaning, okay, if I got the vision, you know what, God, how am I going to make it work? And if you ask him and if you trust him, he's going to give it to you. I know firsthand. I have not built India's Creations up to where I needed to, because I'm not consistent. I know that for a fact. I get off track, with family life. So, sometimes, it's more of, hey, you need to be consistent. You need to trust your vision and, act on it. I have ideas that I need to write down and I need to act on, but it starts and ends with me. It really does. At the end of the day, sometimes we have to hold ourselves accountable for our inability to take action. That's what it really boils down to. So, we can come up with excuses, because I do it myself. I was just telling him the other day, I was just like, I need time. I need more hours in my day. And it's just like, no, you need to manage your hours. Really, you need to manage your hours, because you got 24 hours. Yeah, I sleep a good amount. I have to have that, but you got to make up for that time, just like we're doing right now. So, yeah, it starts and ends with you at the end of the day. And if you really, really want it, if you really want a better life, you're going to do whatever it takes, however many hours you need to spend, even after your day job, you're going to work at night. And that's just what it is.
What are you doing on Saturday and Sunday?
Sleeping.
Hour a day.
Sleeping.
Hour a day. You can
partying, whatever else that comes into play. So. What do
you do before you go to bed?
Yeah.
You
don't scroll, because I'm telling you, TikTok will get you for hours.
And hours. I could do this for hours.
Yes.
TikTok for hours.
So yeah, it's really important. If you want to grow, I'm just speaking for myself, but I have experienced the last 5 years. I started out spray painting t-shirts when we was going on AAU tournaments. And I was just like, you know what, I can do this. And then this turned into this right here. So it takes time, it takes patience, consistency, and action at the end of the day. So I would rather, work on my business than to work for somebody else's business. I was talking to another cousin about that the other day, what they thought about entrepreneurship. They're a new entrepreneur, but what do you think? And he said, I'll never work for someone again if I have to. And it's no comparison at all. You work for yourself, you manage your finances, you get to pick your own schedule. No one is not controlling your schedule, because that's a big part. You can take vacation when you want to. You don't need to go through no approval process.
Yep. That's why it was one of the things I was thinking about. You know what I mean? Because it was like I had to, because for us, they want us to be like readiness, like you gotta be ready to go, right?
Yeah.
So it's like things you gotta do, like your medical has to be good, your dental has to be good, all this stuff. So it was like something came up for me
Mhm.
where like I needed to do hearing and I needed to do dental.
Uh-huh.
And it was like I had put my leave in so I could come here.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, we're gonna hold off on it until he gets this done. I was like, I'm a grown man, like I'm 20 plus years, and I'm like, let me talk about you gonna hold off on my time off so I can do this. Like you could just been like, hey, we signed off on it, but we need you to take care of that. I was like, hey, no
Yeah.
problem, I'll take care of it. Because I'm going to do that. Like I know what I gotta do. Like he was
Yeah.
like, hey, we're gonna wait till he.
It's
I was like,
my
oh my
team.
God. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
It's
So
my
I was like, all
ears.
right. I was mad in the moment. I know I gotta get it done. You know what I'm saying? One of them, the hearing thing, somebody else been sending me notes. So I had to eat that one. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't asked.
Oh
So
my
I was like, all right,
gosh.
I can eat that one up.
Yeah.
That's me. But I was like, all right, too easy. And I get like the next day, like I went and did my hair done and I made my appointment for dinner. And you know what I'm saying? It was like, all right, I'm good. But it's just the fact, like I was like,
I don't like that control from me. I don't like being controlled at all. Let alone somebody telling me when I can take vacation and when I need to come back or what are putting pressure on me to come back fast. No, I don't like it. So yeah, I like a little entrepreneurship here right now. And hopefully at some point I will go full into that. But right now, I'm half and half, So yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to step into it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we shall see what we have in store for what our future holds. I think it's really important to like I said, take action. It's really important. You take action for everything else. But when it comes to our future, we kind of like, oh, I don't know if I really want to do that. It's your life,
And you know what else I think? I think we get too caught up in the right now.
That too.
We get too caught up in the right now and don't think about the long term. And when I say long term, I'm not talking like 1 or 2 years.
Yeah.
I'm talking 10, 15 years from now. Because like, know what you know now, if 10, 15 years ago.
And it could have saved me tons, thousands of hours and money and just everything. My mindset now is way different than what it was 10 years ago or 5 years ago. It took everything that I have experienced the last couple of years, it took for it to happen for me to be where I am today. So that's why I was saying in our last episode, what would you tell your 18 or 19-year-old self? Because it's really important to, go back in those moments and say, you know what, I did that and it's okay. Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta action. Just action what it is. Because I was having a cousin with your uncle conversation. I was your uncle, and then, we were talking, and he was saying like, because interest rates on properties is up right now, so like, it's the reason is to deter people from buying right now. But he was like, interest rates is real high. I got to pay this right now, and I was like, well, what's your purpose of buying a property for an investment? Well, I was like, okay, then, like, well, you can't think about it right now. Like, yeah, like, it may cost you, your mortgage may be X amount of money right now every month, but your goal or your purpose is an investment. So you have a vision of what you want to do here in the long term. So, focus on that. Like, yeah, you may have to pay X amount of mortgage right now, but if you have plans on making this a rental property, then whoever your renter is going to pay it. You're not going to pay it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm going for that right now. Like, I bought my house as an investment. I never bought to live in it forever.
Yeah.
So now that, the value of my house is going up significantly during these few years.
Yeah.
I
take advantage of it.
I can take advantage. I can pull that money out of my house, and then I can use that money to invest in other properties or invest in other things. You know what I mean? And like, my mortgage may go up because I pull some money out, but if my vision is for it to be a rental, so at some point somebody else is gonna be paying that mortgage, not
Yes.
me.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully the rent will pay me a profit as well as my mortgage.
Yes.
So I have to think about the long term. I can't think about
right
right
now. Mm-hmm. It's true. Absolutely. Yeah.
Mm.
Absolutely. It's hard to get over that hump. Just like they were saying on EYF, don't think about right now. It's hard to focus on the future when we're worrying about today's bills. It's so true. Like we get so caught up in how we gonna pay for our today's bills, and anxiety and worrying sets in. It's just like, man, if that bill don't get paid, it just don't get paid. On to the next.
Gotta look at your budgeting. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like, do you need cable?
Yes.
Can you get away with just Netflix?
Mm-hmm.
Like how much are you? Cable is like X amount of dollars, but how many channels of that cable service
Are
are
you
you actually
watching?
watching?
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
do you really need Netflix? Like,
No,
you know what I
because
mean?
$23 a month is expensive.
Absolutely, because as soon as this part two of Stranger Things comes out,
That you're done.
I'm done.
Oh my
I'm
God.
binging Stranger Things part 2, and then I'm done. I'm
I
like,
don't, like I said, I told you, I don't watch these memberships. We talking
cancel.
about Disney Plus, Hulu, Netflix, Prime. It's just like, what is going on here?
You know what I used to do, right? Is I would only get stars when Power came out.
Yes.
And as soon as Power was over,
Cut that thing off.
I'm about to do the same thing with the rest of these, like,
Mm-hmm.
because I don't watch Netflix as much as I used to.
Yeah.
'Cause there's other streaming platforms now, so I don't really need. So like, if something comes out on Netflix that I want to watch, I'll pick up the subscription to watch it, and then I'm going to cancel it. You know what I mean? Same thing with what else I got? Like Hulu.
Mm-hmm.
Like the only thing I really watch on Hulu is like 3 shows.
Don't even have the login information. That's how bad it is, and I'm paying for it. And I'm just like, this college student, she's got this. You gotta get your life together. You watching Hulu, you watching Disney Plus. Me talking about what was it the other day?
BET Plus.
She's like, oh, that's on here. I'm just like, girl, you wasn't even born, wasn't even thought about. What are you talking about? All that's so Raven, Again, y'all not even watching current shows. These are shows from the 90s. Like,
because show you how good the 90s were.
Yeah, it is true. We had the best time in the 90s, like, and early 2000s.
But yeah, how much are you eating out? How much are you eating at home?
Yes. Been doing a lot of cooking at home.
I'm telling you, I'm about to I'm thinking about doing a raised garden in my backyard.
I want to do that. So when you get your stuff, you let me know, because me and Nikki were just talking about that last week. We were saying we need to do that, like, as soon as possible.
Yeah, did you hear that the strawberries? There was like a hepatitis strawberries was out. Like, recently?
No.
Yeah, it was like it was a couple of supermarkets that they had recalled strawberries.
No, I didn't hear that. I don't eat strawberries.
Oh, I eat strawberries because I've been eating eyeballs, so they put them strawberries in.
Yeah.
But yeah, like a friend of mine, she was like, "Yeah, did you hear about the strawberries I had?" I said, "Nah."
I didn't.
I get my produce from Publix, so that's where the old
people.
That's where the old people may be going. So
we don't have no Publix here. We can barely get good fruit or anything. That's what made us think about doing our own fruit, because the moment that we get it, it's bad. And it's just like, what's going on here? I wasted my money. So
because fruit ain't only supposed to last like 2-3 days, 4 days or something. Yeah. Like that. But like fruit now, like,
no, it's going in a day.
Yeah, like especially strawberries. Like I was looking at the strawberries and like it was already like starting to fuzz and going bad. And I was like,
what is going on?
Right. I know strawberries is coming out of season. Right?
Yeah. But Pop had his own garden.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. We got that background.
And they live long.
We got that DNA in us.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? We need to
green thumb. We need to tap into it.
Because it's all about preservatives and trying to all these chemicals to make the fruit last longer or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It was conversations that I was having that came up the other day. They were talking about how like the seedless fruit. Like, how can you have a fruit that's seedless?
No, I don't want it.
That's
I don't want it.
it's engineered. Like it's
Yeah,
engineered.
it's not
having
real.
cheese. So it's like,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's not good for your body, is what I should say. So yeah.
That's what I was just saying. Something that was talking about microwave food. Like
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't taste as good as when you first got it when you microwave because
Yeah.
the microwave changes it on molecular level. So you know what I mean, it's not good for you.
Give me fresh.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I've been going to Produce Junction and I'm good with that. Give me fresh string beans, potatoes, whatever else. You know, I used to be big on the box stuff, but right now, no, give me because it makes me feel better on the inside. Like when it goes down, it's not getting stuck and acid reflux and stuff like that. Like I don't even drink sodas like that anymore. I may drink a ginger ale here or there, but cut that out too. Let me drink water and tea. That's it.
Yeah, I drink mostly I just drink water.
Yeah.
Other than alcohol, but that's
Yeah.
another story.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, but like it was like last night, like I put our little cousin, she had made some fried chicken and like some macaroni cheese, box macaroni cheese.
Oh.
And like I ate it, and I didn't feel good after.
Oh no.
And I've noticed that like when I eat certain things, I don't feel good anymore. Like my body doesn't respond as well as it used to. Like,
Yeah.
it was just processing and keep it moving. But now,
yeah.
like I can't, like.
Was it immediate rejection? Cause you feel, yeah, I'm starting to feel that too. Like I don't know what it is, like with different foods, like and fast food too. Man, you talk about eating something and it just doesn't go down right. And it's just like, man, why do I keep doing this to myself?
Right.
You know, you have to act on that as well when you know that food is not right for you.
Yeah, especially man, like I did a detox like back in May. Like all I did was like smoothies and I ate like real healthy clean meals. I did a couple cheats in a little bit. But yeah, like I've really been on this like ICI bowl kick, like smoothies, like with fruit. Like I buy my frozen fruit.
Yeah.
Whereas when I look at the ingredients, it's the fruit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not a dissertation.
Oh, I was gonna say,
I'm already reading a chemical
listing.
Yeah, a chemical list of everything that's in this food I'm about to consume in my body. So like I really look at that. Like I try to stay on the outside of the grocery store. I try not to go in the inside aisles where all the you know what I mean? So it's like, I'm really gotta think about health and what you put in your body.
Absolutely.
And I noticed after I did that detox and like I increased my water intake. Like when I go work out with my buddy, like I noticed a difference. He noticed a difference. He was like, "Yo, you moving a lot quicker, and a lot faster." Like, He was like, "I don't know what you did, but and I get, I feel different. I feel better." And I was like, "Oh."
You see how much weight Monique has lost? She's been doing a diet for over a year now.
Really?
Yeah, and cutting out, meat, all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, man, I want to be skinny like that. And she's never in her whole life that I've known never been this little. And it's just like, man, what in the world? I mean, she looks good. She doesn't look like she's sick or anything. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I had a friend. When she retired when she retired from the army, she dropped like 40, 50 pounds.
Really?
She was like, yeah, y'all was stressing me out, and it was time for me to done.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, how much weight do we keep with our careers? Because it is stressful, in some different ways that we don't identify. And I think we definitely need to, and our managers and corporate America need to identify that there are some things that go on and there are things that need to be addressed, and sometimes again we hold on to that stuff too. So I think it's really important, to know your body. Definitely. We know now when we eat certain foods, it just doesn't sit well with us. So
I'm trying to hold on to foods. Trying to hold on to.
I've been trying to hold on to Burger King and Wendy's, and I just can't take it no more. Wendy's. Wendy's is going bad. Even Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A, some of their foods don't sit well with me.
You feeling heavy,
Yeah.
like really. Like, I don't eat that.
Yeah.
That's why I've been. I tried. Like when I'm really focusing down in, like I'll meal prep.
Yeah.
And because that takes that's another stressor that you release if you like prepare your meals for the whole week. You know what I mean? Like
you already know that it's there for you.
Right, and then if you prepared it, and then you know how healthy or good it is. So, but yeah, like you know that once you get home, like you don't have to, because when you get off work, you're like, like go home, I'll like cooking, blah blah blah, whatever. But if you already know that you prepared your meals for the whole week, then you like, oh, I'm not gonna stop here because I got something already that's ready. All I gotta do is warm it up and move it. And keep it going. Like so, that's kind of what gets you into stopping at places because you're like, I'm tired. I don't like going home cooking. Let me just go by here and grab some convenience. Because if you're already prepared for the week, then
you're good.
You're good.
Yeah, that is good. It's smart too. To do meal prep. Really smart. I haven't gotten into it yet, but I definitely need to because but then again, you have certain kids. I'm getting tired of eating that spaghetti. Listen, it's food. This is what we got right now. You see, we're in this recession. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it.
I'm like, Mom, can we have something other than chicken? Please, can we have something other than chicken?
That's what we gotta do. We gotta try every type of chicken.
I had enough that week. I was like, look, we had baked chicken, fried chicken, sauteed chicken. Like, look, like 4 out of the 7 days of the week we had chicken. I need something else. You know what I mean? But yeah. So
yeah, that's funny. Yeah, but I don't know. It was a good time today, as always. And we will definitely reach back out to y'all on the next episode
of Dragon Ball Z. Watch the Dragon.
All right, see y'all later.